guys, Mallory here. So I thought I'd take a minute to share with you on a cool plant that you can find here along the coast and in the southeast United States. It looks like this. It is kind of a ground cover plant. It's called Pennywort, or some people call it dollar weed. It can grow in all sorts of different places. It's a very adaptive plant. So here it's growing in soil with this grass, but you can also find it in ponds because it can grow in total water, or even kind of along the banks in like that mushy, muddy, sometimes wet, sometimes dry area. You can find it out on the beaches or in your yard, all sorts of places. And a cool thing about it is it is an edible plant. It actually has a component in it that is apparently beneficial for arthritis, so who knew? But yeah, so you can just have all of these different leaves of it. They come in all sorts of sizes as the plant gets bigger or smaller, or as it adapts to its environment, and you just take a little nibble. So let's go see what other edible plants we can find. So this vine that I have right here is Muscadine Grape. It is one of the edible plants that you can find here in South Georgia. And you can identify the vine based on the shape of its leaf. It kind of has this heart-shaped but little spikes, so it's a spiky heart. And it does produce a grape. That's why it's called Muscadine Grape. The grapes develop in late summer, around August, late July. And you kind of got to beat out the animals to get to it. Lots of different animals, raccoons, deer, birds, really love this Muscadine grape. The grape is also used in different wines and jellies and jams here in South Georgia. It's a pretty tasty grape in my opinion. It does have a tough skin, so you have to be able to get through that skin, but it's pretty sweet. The vine often has tendrils that it uses to wrap itself around different trees and vegetation, and those tendrils are also edible. And then what's really cool about this vine is that as it grows and gets bigger, those vines become a lot more woody, and they're actually a really good source of water. If you're like stuck in the woods somewhere, you can cut open one of the woody vines and literally suck it like a straw, and you can get a source of water that way. So just one of the edible plants out here in the forest. But there are lots of other ones too. Just got to know what to look for. Muscadine. So this plant right here is called dog fennel, and it is related to the carrot, and it is also edible. You can take the little spruces and nibble on it, and it actually kind of tastes like carrots, and you can put them in salads and things. I wouldn't recommend eating a whole bunch of it because if you eat too much you do get digestive issues, but it really is a sun-loving plant. It likes to grow in full sunlight. It's an edge species, so you often find it growing on the edge of farm fields or on the sides of roads, and it can also live in really nutrient poor soil, so like really sandy soils or in like the Georgia red clay. So it's pretty very well adapted to different environments. And then also another cool little fun fact about our dog fennel here is that it got its name, dog fennel, because it was traditionally used to stuff dog beds. It would help keep the fleas and ticks off of dogs. So that's how it got its name. Really cool, tastes like carrots. And this is just another one of an edible plant you can find around South Georgia. So that wraps up our little edible plants video. We hope y'all learned a little bit more about some of the things that you can munch on in your own backyard. Please make sure before you decide to go out and eating things in the wild that you are 100% positive of what you are identifying as an edible plant. And make sure you do a little bit more research to make sure you know what is what. But we hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.